Think the state of emergency declared in Rivers State is justified?
No. Yes, it's justified.
Absolutely not.
Very justified. Very justified.
I don't think it was very necessary to do that.
The first instance, the Supreme Court declared that prior to that state of emergency, there was no government in Rivers State. Because the sitting governor, for whatever reasons, for all you care, went to the State House of Assembly and pulled it down. And that of, I think 30-something members of the House, he had only 3 approving nominations, commissioner nominations for him, approving budget, and actually he was running the place, and even the president had to intervene.
Constitution to address the situation in the state, which no doubt requires extraordinary measures to restore good governance.
Had to call them to sit down and give instructions, give advices.
It is my fervent hope that this inevitable intervention will help to restore peace and order in Rivers State by awakening all the contenders to the constitutional imperatives, binding on all political players in the Rivers State in particular and Nigeria as a whole.
Admonish them to go and do certain things. They didn't do it. I mean, there is no way. The absence of the legislature takes away democracy. It is not about when there is killing. It's like the Supreme Court, apart from the Supreme Court that the decision is final, the Supreme Court said there was no government in that place because it is the people's representative that you have denied access. So, if in those places, yes, they were killing. The president was interested. He was doing some things, but in a place where the governor was so audacious, had the effrontery to confront the legislature, away from judiciary, the next arm of government. It's just because we listen, executive executes the law and has power. It's the legislature that actually makes democracy stand what it is. That is why any military government that comes, the first thing they take away is legislature, and that is what takes away democracy. So for me, I think the intervention from presidency was timely, was reasonable, and was justified.
The way the Rivers State is going on now, it's only God that can rectify what is happening in Rivers State currently now. Because I have people living in Rivers State, they are not fully happy themselves. Majority of them want to come to Ibadan, that they are tired of Rivers State.
Why are they tired?
What I understand about them is that they said, although Rivers State is very sweet state, but this time around they just impose that they want to come to Ibadan finally. Because Rivers State is not like Rivers State again.
Rivers State is like one of the highest producers of crude oil. They have different things. Is it because of the state of emergency?
We can even say it's because of the state of emergency. Because now Rivers State is hot. It's hot. It's more or less like someone is an hot seat. It's very, very hot. That's why my colleagues in Rivers State want to come back. Although Rivers State is a very good city.
I feel like a state of emergency should be something that should be announced or declared if there is really something very serious going on, or extra serious, something maybe there's no other option again, then they can go for that option.
There was just a mild case of violence, and it was a one-off occurrence. It's not like there was the state of peace was threatened by any means. Yeah, there were threats here and there, but those were verbal threats. We've had politicians make more worse threats than that, and they went scot-free. From Asari Dokubo to the rest of the other political hooligans and thugs. You know, so it's uncalled for, if you ask me. That's my honest opinion.
So?
Yeah, to my own opinion, I think it's to prevent violence in the states.
You think it's to prevent violence in the states, but other violence has happened in other states like Plateau, Sokoto, Kaduna, and state of emergency was not declared. Why do you think this is right?
Yes, the reason why I'm like what I said earlier. I said to prevent violence and to prevent violence to go on in the states. Let's take for example now. Let's say in that particular state, there's an issue going on there. Like if it continue, it might cause a chaos. It might cause so many things in the whole country itself. So that's the reason why that's the reason why the president needs to just declare a state of emergency there to just prevent violence. Pending the time it will work for maybe let's say 6 months. Even before 6 months, something can still be done.